Bromeliads are a tropical plant that look great in the garden year round. Growing them is easy as, here's how. You'll need some garden mix, gypsum if you have really heavy soil, sheep pellets, mulch and feed, and your bromeliads. When selecting a type, make sure it's suitable for your space. Outdoor options include Neoregelia, Alcantaria, and Vresia. Or for indoors, Guzmania, the indoor Vresia, Tillandsia, or Acnea. So the interesting thing with bromeliads is they're actually epiphytes, which means their roots are only there to help them hold on. You can plant them straight into the ground, into a pot, or they actually do really well growing on other things like rocks, logs, or even other plants. I'll show you how to do both. Now broms love a really well-drained soil, so to make sure that this bed has a good drainage, we're going to add some clay breaker. Now this just works over time to help break up the soil. And just add a generous amount throughout the bed. Now we're also going to add some sheep pellets. They're just a really good natural fertilizer, good for any sort of planting. Just going to scatter a few handfuls through here. Now the last thing we need to do to prep our bed is just to add some garden mix. And once we've got a decent layer of this on, we're just going to mix it all through. Right, now the bed's all set, ready to get these plants in. First thing you want to do, once you've got all your broms, is just lay them all out in your garden. Check it's going to give you the sort of look that you're after. Now I've chosen a range of different ones based on the colours and things like that. We've got some spotty ones, some reds and greens, and check the tags for how much space they'll each need as they grow. Now just dig your hole so you can basically fit the pot in there just to check the height. Like that. Right, I'm pretty happy with that. Now there might be a bit of water in there because that's how they gather it. Just pop it out, just pop it in the ground. Right, we don't want that too deep, so I just fill a little bit back in, and then just backfill and press gently around the sides. Simple as that. Now, when planting these, it does pay to wear gloves because some of the broms can be a bit spiky. Time to just give it a little bit of water. Now just applying a thin layer of this mulch and feed, just trying to keep it around the bottom of the plant rather than going in the main cup where the bromeliad drinks from. Now broms actually look really good with some rocks and pebbles and things like that around the garden, so we're just going to add a few of these for some extra interest. Now I'm just going to finish off with a layer of river stones. Something a little different, you can actually grow your brom straight onto a log, something like this. Now the process is, you get some of the sphagnum moss and just wrap the base and the roots. Just try and tighten that up into as much of a ball as possible. Then just use something like some fishing line, it's the best. Wrap this around and just tighten it up around the base of the plant and around the roots. Now that sphagnum moss just helps to keep some of the moisture around the roots of the plant, and now we're just going to attach it to our log. Somewhere around there looks good. Just use a little bit more of the fishing line. Just secure it as well as you can to the log. Trim any of the extra fishing line off. Time to give it a little bit of water and then it's good to go. So propagating or breeding bromeliads is really simple. Once the mother plant's in the ground, it'll start producing these little pups around the side. So what you do is just get a sharp pair of secateurs or scissors and gently remove once they've become a little bit established, like that. And then you just plant it like you would any other bromeliad. You can plant bromeliads any time of the year. They need free draining soil and do best in dappled light. New plants may burn in direct sunlight. For types with a central cup, this acts as a reservoir, so water into it, keeping it around half full in summer and a quarter in winter. And flush it out every couple of months to avoid bacteria from dirty water. Feed once in spring with a slow release fertilizer. Keep an eye out for mealybug and scale and just wipe off. To prune, simply remove dead foliage or flower stalks as needed. Eventually, the mother plant will die and can be removed as new pups establish. Broms also do well indoors. Use orchid mix for planting and water monthly, then let it drain out. If your home is really dry, spray with mist for some humidity. Bromeliads are low maintenance, long lasting, and a great feature indoors and out. Make sure you subscribe to the Mitre 10 YouTube channel for more great content, or click here to watch more now.